Tami, it's so nice to have you here. Would you do me a favor and introduce yourself and Fit Healthy Mama for us?
So I'm Tami and I own Fit Healthy Mama. It is a fitness and wellness review blog website. I started it in November of 2019. So I'm just almost a year and a half old. We focus on reviewing some of the top fitness and wellness brands, comparing things, and basically becoming just kind of like a resource for consumers who are looking to purchase these products and maybe don't want to take the time to do all of the research and read all the things themselves. So basically, I compile a lot of information, I test a lot of things, and I have a lot of fun doing it.
Could you kind of talk to me about like what kind of inspired you to start Fit Healthy Mama and how it's grown and evolved over that span of time?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely grown a lot, learned a lot. Basically, I was a freelance writer. I'm a mom. I have two little kids at home. And I started writing. I've always been a huge nerd. I love reading. I love researching. And being at home, I was looking for something to do where I could make a little bit of money while still being home with my kids. So I started freelance writing and quickly grew a really nice client base. And I had some clients that I was writing for that were in the fitness niche. And that is such another passion of mine. I really got interested in it and watching what other people were doing and just kind of formulating ideas and thought maybe I could make a blog or a website where, you know, I share some of my thoughts or ideas. Starting off, I would have had no idea where this would have gone. And even just getting into narrowing down more into like the fitness niche. And, it just so happens that last year, so many people were home and so many people were trying to find ways to work out from home. And all this new equipment came out helping people work out from home. And I've been working out from home since long before it was the norm. So I have a lot of insight into that and what it takes to work out from home and some cool ideas for working out. Stuff like that. So it really just kind of snowballed at the beginning of last year. And as more products came out and I started to review them, it just keeps going and you learn lessons along the way and, what works, what doesn't, what people like, what they don't, what Google likes, what they don't. It's all, it's quite the journey and it's honestly very fun to do.
Can you tell me about like how you started your content creation process? What goes into actually creating these blogs and videos that have become the bread and butter of your business?
Yeah, so I think when compared to some other people who want to start a website, creating the content can sometimes be kind of a big barrier. It can feel really intimidating. Since I started off with writing, I had already learned so much about writing and not just writing anything. It's writing for Google. It's writing for search intent and what people are looking for and how to structure things to make sense, both to people and to search engines. So I think I had kind of an advantage coming in knowing how to write. And, that was a process in itself. I definitely didn't start off super, you refine things as you go. And again, you learn as you go and you grow. So I think right off the bat, I had an advantage in that I knew how to write. And I really take pride in my writing in providing the facts, but also putting in my own personal experiences and spin on things because I am a real person. I do have my own thoughts and experiences, and I think sometimes people really connect with that. So that's generally, the approach I take to creating content is always with the intent of helping the person who's reading it and just giving them the best information I can.
Can you kind of give me an insight into how you started partnering with brands and layering monetization on top of this foundation of strong content?
Yeah, so obviously, I figured out that I could affiliate with brands and I could monetize the content that I was creating, which again, just was right in line with what I wanted, which was to have something that was for me, but I could also be at home with my kids and, be able to just make some extra money on the side. So partnering with brands, it started off as like, I would find a product or a service that either I had already written about or talked about, or that I would like to, and kind of, all right, well, let's see, do they have an affiliate program? And whether that's like going on their website or reaching out and asking. So I would start that way. And at first it's very exciting when someone is like, yes, we want to partner with you. And you start to get offers in and it's like, wow, this is so exciting. Someone actually wants to like be affiliated with me. And it's great as you grow, you just become way more strategic about who you're partnering with or who you're promising to review. Just being very intentional about making sure that the things that you are affiliated with are in line with what my site is about and what I want to put out there, and things that I think my audience will truly enjoy reading and hearing about, as opposed to just anything. Because I think at first you can kind of be flattered by, oh, wow, this brand wants to partner, and it might be a great brand, but maybe it's not in line with what my theme is and what I'm trying to put out there. So learning to kind of be very particular about who I partner with, and just kind of going from there. That's kind of been my process. Is always, initially I was reaching out to brands all the time. And as I've grown, I'm now getting much more coming from them, reaching out to me, which is really exciting. To me, it just shows that, I've built something that people actually want to be a part of.
I understand a lot of your early work was outbound applications, and now it sounds like you have a lot more inbound interests. But could you just tell me about your best practices for finding and then successfully partnering with the right brands?
And this is something I'm always learning and growing with too. Typically, so I spend a lot of time researching things. I use social media a lot, actually, I find so many brands on social media because, everybody's on there. And a lot of these brands are running ads, or I'll just go down the kind of the Google rabbit hole and just research things. And if I find something that intrigues me, I will then kind of dive in and do the research, see what they're all about, what do they have to offer, and then from there, it starts with, okay, if it seems like something that makes sense, I'll check and see, like, are people searching for this item or service? What are they searching? What kinds of things do they want to know about it? And a lot of times, it might be a brand new thing, and Google isn't going to show that anyone's searching for it. But I personally am like, wow, this is really cool, and people are going to like this. And I know that in a few months, if this brand continues to market and get themselves out there, people are going to want to know more about it. So sometimes I just use my gut and say, this is cool, I would use this. And then, like, if they have an affiliate program, awesome, I will apply. I also like to follow up with just kind of a personal email, or I, again, use social media. I message people on Instagram all the time. If they don't have an obvious affiliate program, I'll shoot them a message on Instagram. Hey, do you guys have an affiliate program? And I found that, especially with like social media, keep it short, sweet. Don't try to pitch them, because it's usually like they have someone handling their DMs. So I just give a short, sweet message, and it's usually responded with, yep, reach out to this person, or you need to talk, something like that. But I do love sending like a personal email to a brand and trying to really connect with whoever is in charge of marketing or their affiliate program, so that they can get to know who I am, what my intentions would be in partnering with them, and basically how we could have a mutually beneficial partnership.
How do you go about finding the right compensation terms in each and every partnership, and kind of negotiating to the place where you feel that you're getting rewarded for the value you're bringing?
That is something that, again, I think comes with, your confidence to be able to negotiate comes with, the more that you build your trust and your authority. At first, you're like, they send you what they're willing to offer, and you're like, yeah, absolutely, perfect. I'll take it. As you grow a little bit more, you can become, usually a little bit more particular. Again, it's research. It's me taking a look at what's out there, what I think, I want to make sure it's in the best interest of both parties. But I take into account like the time it's going to take me to create the content, any resources it's going to take me to make sure it gets in front of people. And it depends on the brand. Some of them are like, let's talk. We're open to negotiation. Sometimes it's a case where you become partnered with the brand and you do really well, and you either approach them and say, hey, I'm driving a lot of sales for you. Can we increase my commission? Or sometimes they come to you and say, hey, you're doing an awesome job. We want to bump your commission, and like, let's continue to partner more. So I think it's definitely a brand to brand basis. Some people are more willing to work with you than others. And there's also the times where, it might be something where I'm okay with if I give my terms and like they're not, they say no, I'm okay with walking away from that opportunity at that time. I think it goes back to being really particular and saying, it's got to be this, or it's just not worth it for my time and energy. Because I do, have only limited time and resources that I work. So saying yes to anything and everyone ends up not so good. So, most people are willing to negotiate a little bit. I've been doing some more like sponsored post type deals where there's, an upfront amount to create the content. And then, moving forward, affiliate commissions on any sales or leads. That's been kind of new for me. And that's just another way for me to monetize things and to kind of get that money up front in order to kind of pay for, my time and my effort and whatever I need to do in order to, again, make sure that that piece of content is reaching people and being seen.
Have you found that it's very useful to you to have performance data and your performance history and reporting kind of like as a business development tool, kind of as a lever to, improve your compensation terms?
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes you're partnered with a brand and, I'm looking and seeing and, like, wow, we're making a lot of sales here. Things are going really well. Yes, it's so nice to be able to grab that data and say, hey, here's what happened last month. And usually that is enough of a incentive for them to be like, yeah, let's ramp this up. Because in general, most affiliate managers or brands, they're really excited. They see the kind of output and the performance, and they're really excited, and they want to do more. It's always a conversation of, okay, this is great. What can we do for you? And then how can we do more? So definitely using reporting, using those numbers is so important. And I will also say that comes in handy when, let's say there's a partner that I really want to partner with, and they're, not super open yet to it, to be able to have numbers from, let's say, a comparable brand and say, I'm partnered with this brand. Here's what I did. And I believe I can do something similar for you. So to be able to have that concrete data is very helpful.
Do you have any advice for someone who's just starting out, someone who's in your shoes a year and a half ago, kind of just trying to stand up their own content and site?
I would say don't give up, because there's going to be a lot of times when you're going to say, maybe this isn't for me. You're going to get there's a lot of learning to do. At first, you're going to get a lot of no's from people, probably. And it can feel disappointing, and you can feel kind of dejected and like, ouch. Just keep going, keep creating, keep learning, keep researching, and just keep putting more out there and provide value. Things will start to work. And, for every time that you have a letdown, something else great happens. And I continue to this day. I have things that don't pan out the way I wanted it to, or disappoint me. And for every time that happens, something else amazing happens. And you just you take the good and the bad and focus more on the positive part. And if it's something that you truly love doing, just keep going, because it will work out if that's what you want.
And in a year and a half, you have grown so much. Are there any partnerships that have been especially rewarding to you, or any, big business outcomes you hit that were certain milestones of achievement for you?
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess in the broad sense, just the fact that I've been able to grow like I have is such an accomplishment. Like I said, I had no idea where this was going to go, and I would have never dreamt that it would become more than a full-time income for me working on part-time schedule, and that I would have so much fun doing it. I have worked with a few brands that have definitely been key to my success. And I continue to just have a great relationship, brands that have really helped accelerate my growth. Going from making nothing on the site to, I've made up to $30,000 in a month. And that is something that has been such an accomplishment for me, and has been such a blessing for my family.
What are you most excited about for Fit Healthy Mama going forward? Are there areas of growth that you're really looking forward to?
I'm excited to continue building, to continue to grow, to continue to develop partnerships and deepen the partnerships that I have, and then get new ones. Those things are very exciting to me. I love to create content. I love to be partnered with great brands that I just feel really excited about creating things for. I'm considering possibly making, and this is a little, will probably be a little more separate from Fit Healthy Mama, but in the same vein, I would love to teach other people how I did what I did. Other moms or, anybody who has just dreams of making money from home on your own time and without having to do crazy things and work super hard. Not that this hasn't been hard work and continues to be hard work, but it's fun and it's very rewarding. So if I could help others do the same, I think that would be a phenomenal experience. I have a good feeling people would probably be interested. And because I know I was, before I started making money, like, how do people make money? Like, what do you mean you retired and your husband's retired and you make money online? Like, what are you doing? So I think there's, that trend is definitely there, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.